streets ain't talking about you, man. If I can't spin a block and find out about you, man, the people ain't about you, man. That's just what it is, you know?
But I got to
talk about it in the streets, man.
Yeah, this one's for the streets first. Stripes like a referee shirt. This one's for the streets first. Tell mama this the rebirth. Say I need church. I talk dirty. Put my hands and my feet work. Teamwork. Put in pain, but gotta bring it to the streets first.
It's your boy Abutta, and I'm back with another episode of that Streets First podcast. You already know how your boy do. I goes out and I brings them out. Today in Harlem, live on Linux, I got my guy, Jordan Awoye.
Yes, sir.
What's
Yes,
good,
sir.
Jordan?
Can't complain, man.
Yeah, Awoye Capital. You know what I mean? To be correct. We gonna get into what that is. There's a whole lot going on over there on the financial literacy side, on the building side. But before we really get into that for them, man, I really want to really tap into like your story, your struggles, because from what I've known, I would love for them to hear how you've overcame a lot of the things that you've been through to be where you're at today. So I would love for you to like at least let the listeners know where you come from, who you are. Give them a little bit of that.
Absolutely,
me,
man. So I know he got the Harlem shirt on. Respect and love, right? Always. But I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Live in Long Island now. Split the time. Ended up moving out to Long Island like around high school. Caribbean, Trinidadian, African, mother
Shout
side.
out. You already know.
Trinidad,
Yeah.
man. Play basketball, and give my life to the game, man. Thank God for it. It helped me through a lot of tough times. Was lucky enough to get a full scholarship to Eastern New Mexico. Yeah, man, and my mission's money. My mission's teaching the game of money. We manage money, invest money, strategize, help grow money. Leverage entrepreneurship, businesses, tax strategies, entrepreneurship strategies, raising capital, philanthropy, right? How do you give back in the most efficient manner possible, right? To where it's mutually beneficial for both parties, because a lot of times as people who do good things, philanthropic, give back the whole nine, a lot of times we're thinking about it from our perspective of what can we get to give back to the kids, but how can we incentivize the person that's giving to us to feel like they want to give. So for me, my biggest thing, man, is that where I came from, seeing poverty at such a high level, like again, 51st Church Avenue, Snyder in particular is where I'm from, man.
Talk nice to him, you heard?
You know what I mean? And that's my biggest thing, man. So seen it at the roughest level, single parent household, unfortunately. The same narrative that a lot of black and brown people from New York come out of.
Facts.
And once we was able to get a little bit of momentum, again, shout out to my mother. That's my best friend, man.
It's
nothing.
Mom.
Oh yeah, it's
MVP.
Right, the shout out to KD, the real one,
the
real
MVP.
one, man. So I speak life into her name everywhere, because there wouldn't be a Jordan Awoye if it wasn't for Mom, man. So she did everything to put us in a good position, and the rest was history, man. We just started running out.
So, I mean, in my mind, I know you be talking languages of money.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, can you kind of like briefly describe like what Awoye Capital is all about? Like, how did you start that? Like, where did the dream, the vision, the brand come from? Like, how did you run into
Absolutely. So Awoye Capital is the financial firm. It's an investment advisory company. So we manage money at the highest level. We'll build individual stock portfolios, retirement plans, tax strategies, trade options. We'll help manage the business in regards to how do you make your business more efficient? How do you raise capital if you're a company looking to have a funding round? In terms of your private company looking to raise capital, you need to vet your company. So everything within that financial wheelhouse as a company, we do. Been in the industry about 10 years now, have every license needed really. So Series 7, Series 66, Series 24. I'm a LifeX retirement planning specialist from Wharton School of Business, certified performance business advisor. We've been featured for money management on Forbes, CNBC, Yahoo Finance. I spoke for the United Nations.
Yeah, this all proof of concept, all right? This ain't just talk, all right? You can do your homework and Google this, okay?
Please, man. Like, and all, I say that out of love too, just so the people know this
is all earned work. I mean, you worked.
100%, 100%, man. And the crazy part is, when you talk about background, my first degree was in criminal justice. Second degree was in biology pre-med. I thought I was going to be a doctor, playing basketball on a full scholarship. The point I bring that up is I knew nothing about money, like nothing. right? And then we're playing ball, and some of my guys, you know how it is, they're going pro. Before NIL was NIL, people were still getting checks, you know what I mean?
Fact.
Right? But a lot of our guys here today, going tomorrow, right? And as somebody who cares and luckily enough have the ability to kind of understand money in a very easy way, it was like, I don't want to do medicine anymore. I think I could bridge this gap of sports, culture, us, and finance in the boardroom, and I could do it in a way that's organic, that's us, and that it's not, for lack of a better word, it's not cringy, right? Because unfortunately, I feel like a lot of times people in my position, we lose touch with us.
Okay.
And that was one of the initiatives in terms of, if I'm going to get into this, I need to make sure that we do it the right way. So I say all that to say Awoye Capital is the money side in terms of we manage money, invest money, we help grow, we help advise. Any financial goal you have, we'll put together a strategy and a plan to help you get there.
Now, I don't want to cut you off, but
Go ahead.
I gotta ask
Please,
you this
please,
because,
please.
like, I'm quite sure in that bio world, like, that's a career. That's like real. That's real money over there too. So, like, to be able to make that shift, I mean, what was it that you saw when it come to, like, let's say NBA players? Like, what did you see when it come to them? And knowing that they didn't manage their money right.
So
I'm quite sure you got a couple of
No, a couple,
you get what I'm saying? I
so-
know it's something that caught on.
because we saw it our whole lives, right? Like,
Okay.
shout out to the OGs that, you know, it happened and their stories became the seed planted to really double down, like the Antoine Walkers of the world, and
Shout out to A Walker.
you know, shout out, because again, we needed him, right? Because he shined such a light on it. Shout out to AI, different story, but that good contract he signed with Reebok, that contract to where a lot of his money was backloaded to when he was in retirement and he couldn't spend it now, that's financial advisory, that's
can
money
learn
management.
from these stories. Okay,
Right?
go ahead.
And for me, again, we grew up in a generation where the internet, social media, it wasn't bubbling yet. Like, you could watch YouTube, you could watch, social media wasn't as relevant.
That's right.
But you could lock yourself in a room and get lost into it, right? So for me, graduating from school, biology pre-med major kind of happened organically. I wasn't looking for it, never knew what a financial advisor was until I got into the game. And one night I'm up, so you know how it goes, man. So everything revolves around basketball. Let's call it what it is. I'm a baller's life guy.
what it is.
I looked up to Kobe, patted everything for Kobe. So my only goal was getting to the league, right? So now, my last year at New Mexico, I went to Eastern New Mexico University on a full ride. My last year, I had a heart issue, couldn't play, right? Had pericarditis, which is the inflammation of the pericardial lining of your heart. In addition to, my school had an NCAA scandal, and I transferred in from a junior college, right? Played at Orange County, got a full ride there, transferred my way. We really worked together. It wasn't
California?
No, Orange County, Middletown, not Orange County Community College, Middletown, New York.
Oh, Orange County Community College.
Middletown, New York, right? So not too far up, you know, it's probably like an hour and a half out, right? So anyway, fast forward, long story short, never played my last year of college, graduated, had another school offered to pay for my master's. That deal ended up falling through. The coaches wasn't moving the right way. And when it was time to go play ball, I was a little jaded, right? Because I understood the business dynamic of sports way more at that age, because I never had somebody advocating for me. Again, my single parent house, my mother worked from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. my whole life. She came to maybe 2 games. She came to no senior nights, no practices. I used to walk to, you know what I mean? One of those typical stories, like, I wanted to play basketball. None of my uncles play. I had no family members that played at this level. It just made sense to me. So anyway, fast forward to graduate, can't play basketball. You're sitting down in your house and you're like, well, if I go do medicine, that's another 4 or 5 years of school. When I watched my mother struggle my whole life, it's time to help. You know what I mean? I don't.
That is true.
Right? Like, that's my best friend. It's not now, since day one. We've never had a problem. And then as I'm looking, one day I stumbled on some Warren Buffett videos. Jamie Dimon, Ray Dalio, all heads of finance, all guys that managed north of $10 billion each.
Wow.
And it just made sense. And one night I'm up for like 3 hours just watching. The next night I was up for 6 hours. Hand to God, I'll never forget this. The last night, I'm up for the whole night. I looked up at 7 a.m. and I'm just watching these dudes' videos, and I was intrigued. I'm like, that's easy. Not easy, but I could do it. And then I started thinking about us in terms of all the stories that I know, in terms of athletes and where sports is going, and all the people that I know are friends and family that made it to the league and get taken advantage of, and that nobody speaks our language of money. There's always a barrier of communication in terms of, as soon as there's an old guy in a suit, he's not going to resonate with you, me, or anybody that plays ball. So it always keeps a barrier of entry to this knowledge that we need no matter what. And in that moment, it was like, wow, this is me. Woke up the next morning, looked at my mom, again, best friend. I'm like, Mom, I think I want to do finance, just like that. Finance. Mind you, I just graduated top of my class for medicine. Biology was on the got letters from the New York State Senate for academic accomplishments. Could go to medical school, and I'm good.
That's a huge shift.
Like, overnight, right? And she looked at me, she just knows me. If I say I'm going to do it, I'll do it. And she was like, cool. She didn't say nothing to me. The next night, she came back from work. She had printed out a stack of papers this big and dropped it on my bed. She was like, listen, I don't know what the Series 7 is, but the people at my job say if you want to get into finance, you need to start doing that. Get to work. Understood. The rest was history.
So now that we is in a space where, you know, everything is history, like finance. So, you know, you go down the lane of finance. I mean, languages of money, you know, speak a little bit more on now being able to tap into financial literacy, doing all these different programs and courses. I need the people to know what Jordan is really doing. I'm trying to tap in because again, the more that they're educated on people that could have went one route and then learned another, and then to become as successful as you're doing and to be able to hear your story, I would love for them to be inspired, empowered from that.
No, absolutely. So Awoye Capital is a totally different company. Like, that's the financial firm, totally different engine. But that allowed me to create the languages of money. So everything I learned in finance from the years of studying, managing money, learning from other people that's better than me or know more than me, pandemic happened and you realize how much pain's out there and everybody really needs this knowledge. That created the languages of money. Now, the languages of money is a totally separate company. It's a financial literacy entrepreneurship company. Oh yeah, we teach it both. We teach it both, right? So it started as just financial literacy to where I created a curriculum, totally online, do it yourself, where it teaches chapter 1 is just the jargons and definitions, right? Because and I know you appreciate it. We talk about it too, but it's like it was a light bulb moment because it was, to me, imagine taking anybody and say, drop them in China and say, go be successful. They're gonna be like, bro, you didn't teach me Mandarin, you didn't teach me how to give me the tools to be successful here. But yet, we take our generation, we drop them in America, which is a capitalistic society that's driven off of money, and we say, go be successful. But we didn't teach you the language. I need to teach people the language of money. Light bulb moment. And now, based off of that chapter 1, let me teach you how to speak it, the jargons, the definitions, the terminology, because too much times, people just shut down and don't want to start because they just look at a couple words that says alpha, interest rates, beta, rate of return, margin. They were like, I'm good. It's not that hard. Like, I'm smart, cool, I appreciate the pat on the back, but I'm not special, right? Anybody could do it, right? So chapter 1 is the definitions. Chapter 2 is how do you handle your budget, your cash flow, right? It doesn't matter how much money you make in this world. If you make $1 million and you spend 1.5, you're in debt. If you make $100 million a year, you spend 101, you're in debt. If you make $50,000 a year, but you only spend $15,000 a year, you're doing well for yourself. Let's put it in perspective. You need to learn how to manage your cash flow. Chapter 3 is how do you deal with debt. Debt is something that will keep you down, or debt can make you a billionaire. We just don't know how to leverage it.
So again, with stuff like that, I want you to continue, but let's just speak a little bit when it comes to like things like that, debt and cash flow. Like, for people that's entrepreneurs and trying to start a business, how do you? Well, I'm quite sure if they joined this program, they would understand this. But again, how
got a link in bio somewhere?
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you shift the mindset of helping the younger generation be able to tap in to their ability? You know what I mean? Like, again, that's why I'm having this conversation, because I want people to be able to see how you were able to do that through your story.
Of course. it's ironic because you're doing it already. It's the conversation. It's the lens, right? Like, way too often in the demographics that we grew up in, what's idolized? A basketball player, a rapper, or somebody making money in an alternative manner on the block.
Okay.
Right? When you're kids, you're impressionable. Everything seems cool if the generation before you says it's cool. What's my point? How do we change that mindset? We make finance cool. You make money cool. You make it easy to grasp, where the kids are like, I feel cool being financially smart. I feel cool saving my money. I don't feel ostracized because my friends bought the new Gucci or the Louis. For what? When we could have saved that money, did some group economics, put that money together, maybe put a down payment on in the house. What's cool?
Financial literacy a different way.
Right? So like, again, the concept for me is, and just to, but to spell it out, everything's very intentional. We have the actual resources, the know-how, and the backing as Awoye Capital to do it. But before you have access and resources, you need the knowledge. That's where the languages of money comes in. That's the financial curriculum. That's the curriculum. That's everything behind it, right? Now, for us, same thing. We have the content aspect to where we have the Hidden Opportunities Summit, to where we do a big event in New York where we give back to the kids. And before things got a little too crazy, we had a content series too, another podcast called The Hidden Opportunity, where we interviewed athletes, entrepreneurs, and talked about. So we had the entertainment to make it cool. We did events with like amazing brothers like Master P that graced us with their time, and Ryan Leslie to bring it to the kids, right? Harden and all these cool athletes that grace us with their time. So now we'll give you the content and make it cool. How do we make bite-sized, digestible, financial entrepreneurship, educational content such as this, but it's cool to watch? I don't feel like I'm being spoken at. I feel like I'm being talked to, right?
Big difference. Big difference.
Right? And those are the three verticals. Like, if we could figure this out, God willing, by the time I'm off this planet, we'd have helped a lot of people. So that's the vertical where it's like, how do we change? We change the conversation, we change how we talk about it, and we change how we carry ourselves, because the next generation looks at us. So if I could tell them that, which is a true story, when I got my first huge check, first thing we all want to do is cop what? A Rollie. Cop a Rollie.
You know how they feel.
And I was there. I was like, how we got it, right? and when I sat there, I said, again, be who you say you are. Like, that's a big deal for me when it's all said and done, that I really hope that it's not just a facade. So I can't speak it and don't live it. I could still buy that Rollie, but I'd rather my passive assets buy that Rollie. So what I did, I found another, and this is my favorite watch to this day. It's a black-owned company called Tally & Twine. I'm not sponsored, it's not a brand ambassador, but the point of the story is I understood that I would way rather support something more locally grown by us, and not rush to give my money where I could invest it. Like, I still need to do things. As well as I'm doing, I still have to reinvest into the business. I still have people to feed. So keep that extra money. Still treat yourself so you could get the best of both worlds. It's the same thing I tell the kids, or I tell my clients. Have the best of both worlds. Take care of Jordan today and Jordan tomorrow. Take care of Adrian today and tomorrow, right? So if I have $1,000 of liquid money that I want to go blow, 500 of that, go save, go put it away. 500 of that, go blow it. Because we could die tomorrow. I'm not oblivious to that. You're not oblivious. I want you to live your best life, but I also want you to be cognizant of the fact that you can live till 100. How do we get the best of both worlds? So that's some of the things that, again, just in terms of I have to hold myself accountable first, and how do we change it for the next generation. I feel like little things like that, if we all hold ourselves accountable, start with yourself before you try to check somebody else, then the next generation will be all right.
Meet people where they are.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I like
Absolutely.
that. One is, I really wanted to talk with you about, if you could tell the people from your perspective working with James Harden. I mean, again, I like to speak to people, regular people that have brought a strategic way to build partnerships and work with people where it's beneficial. You know, it helps them be able to be in a space where they can do things, giving back and being able to help the next generation. So I know that you can speak on it a little bit better than I can, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But please explain to the people, like, what's that like? What's that whole build about? Like,
first of all, man, amazing. Shout out to Harden, his team. Like, unfortunately for him, like a lot of people, sometimes you're so rooted in just doing the work, and I don't need the cameras and the lights, that he won't get some of the flowers that he deserves for putting his money where his mouth is.
Facts.
Because as much as I do this from the heart, I cost, brother. I'm expensive. I'm expensive. You know what I mean? It wasn't philanthropy for me. His team asked me to do a job, which is do what I do best: build something out, strategize, create a plan, and execute that plan. And for him, that was really about giving back, right? He cares about developing underserved communities, financial literacy, food stability, economic stability. So with that, once we were connected from a good friend of mine, talked to the head of his foundation. She's amazing. Shout out to her.
Okay.
Spoke to the whole team there, told them the game plan. He said, let's go. How much it costs? Say no more. And we worked. And we put together a financial literacy tour. It's called the Impact 13 Financial Literacy Tour. His nonprofit is called Impact 13. You know, look them up. And again, when I talk about mutually beneficial, because even for me, it was like, let's do the work. But again, I've thought about this. If more people sees that he cares, the next generation benefits, right? Because a lot of kids look up to Harden, but they look up to maybe just the basketball side of him, or just the clothing side of him, or maybe call it what it is, just maybe the girls in the strip, whatever side you gravitate to, but you won't gravitate to the side that the brother puts his money back in philanthropy. He has private holdings in terms of company. He's a shareholder in this. He sits on the board of that. And that was the side where I'm like, all right, we're doing a financial literacy tour. They took the curriculum that I built, they licensed it out, and they brought it to a bunch of universities, a bunch of sports athletic programs, and he paid and gave a scholarship to over 1,000+ students. Scholarship, paid for everything out. And then we did different events where we did a financial literacy street and health fair, to where his team and I, we created a street fair out in Houston, and we got, again, different banks, insurance vendors, health vendors in terms of clean eating and food, and we put them all there. We brought the community
really
out to
tapped
it.
into how do you say it? The community assist award.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like you really helping tapping into reaching that award for in that space for the athlete.
100%, not surface level, man. And then again, how do we make it cool? All right, let's make some calls. Can we get a Master P to come out? Can we get a Ryan Leslie to come out? Can we get so on and so forth? And we did, and we were able to create, intimate rooms where we invited some students out, entrepreneurs. We got the content around it, and we started to build it up step by step, man. So again, shout out to their team, Impact 13. The work that they've done and continue to do is beautiful. I played a small part in the financial part, building that out, helped spearheading it and making sure that organization grew. And we're doing it with a bunch of athletes.
But you did it differently with the inspiration and the motivation. Like that's the side that, I want the streets to be able to hear in a different way of how we're capable of doing that. You know what I mean? Like you don't, like you say, man, you don't have to be anyone so special. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got passion for it, you know what I mean? You can be able to strategically put some things together. I mean, even I heard you brought up the summit. I mean, can you speak a little bit more on like the summit and what's that all about?
Oh, absolutely. So this year is our second annual The Hidden Opportunity Summit based in New York.
Hidden Opportunity. I just like the name, Hidden Opportunity.
The tag, the opportunity isn't hidden, it's within.
Ooh.
Right?
Yo,
like,
I hope y'all really listening.
Don't let that go over your head,
Don't let
man.
it go over your head.
You know what I mean? But no, jokes aside, that's something that's really near and dear to my heart and my co-founder. Shout out to Trevor Jackson. That's my brother, my co-founder. But the reason that we created that is that, myself included, always hold myself accountable. As for our generation, our people, a lot of times we're always seeking outwards to find the opportunity. What can he or she do for me? Where can I go? And we don't realize we just need to look in the mirror sometimes. We need to hold ourselves accountable. What habits do we need to change? Right? What gems in our backyard do we have that we can leverage? And again, when I stop looking outwards and stop making excuses or start feeling sorry, and you really tighten up and realize that everything you need, you have. If you're one, mind, body, spirit, you're good.
That's the key.
Right? You see what I'm saying? So the opportunity isn't hidden, it's within. The hidden opportunity. You are the opportunity. So we created a summit where, based in New York, this year it's a 3-day event, to where day one we focused on the youth from ages 8 all the way up to 18.
I want to cut you off. You just said a 3-day event?
3-day.
Oh, okay. I want to make sure.
3 days.
So
3
now
days.
I'm catching on. Okay.
3 days.
So the first day is what?
first day is about the youth, right? To where we partner with the city. We have them behind us. Last year, we worked with Brownsville Collaborative Middle School. Shout out to Brownsville Collaborative Middle School. Amazing staff over there, where we brought a financial literacy program, a sports power clean energy program, to where we taught them financial literacy. We taught the kids how to create clean energy in terms of how to build their own wind turbines, how to get right where I was. It felt so good because I left Brooklyn in high school,
right there,
and we came right back to Brownsville. I played my first game, my first organized basketball game was Brownsville Recreation Center, where I scored. I scored on the wrong basket. I looked around, everybody looking at me like, no, that's not it. Like, it's not it. So, man, to have that full circle, like, it was beautiful, man. And thank God we got the response that we had, because that allowed us to make it bigger. So last year wasn't 3 days. This year's 3 days. We're making it bigger. It's in August
10th. Right?
August 8th now. We actually might move it up. We might move it up a couple days. We're in the middle of talking that now, just because we think we may want it in the week, because we don't want it to get blurred with just festivities.
Okay.
Like a lot of times, unfortunately, good or bad, summits could have a lot of lights around it, but it forgets the grassroots work. So if the people we're serving and the people we're partnering with, if they're doing majority of their community work during the week, we want to align with them to make it as easy as possible.
Okay.
Right? So
so the first day would be for the youth. The second day is what?
So for the youth, but let me take it a step further on that part. We're doing breakout rooms, to where we're not just talking, we're going to teach.
Breakout rooms?
Breakout rooms, right?
I don't think people know what this is. That's why I really want them to hear this.
No, I appreciate that, man.
Explain to them what you mean by breaking rooms.
So a breakout room, in a nutshell, is that in that summit, we're going to have somebody actually teach you that skill, right? So one of the verticals,
it's a different type of experience.
Hands-on. I want you to leave with a skill set, right? So one of the pillars is STEAM, right?
STEM. Okay.
Science, tech, engineering, arts, mathematics, right?
STEAM.
Add the arts.
STEM. He add the arts.
Add the arts. Right? But in that breakout room, why not get somebody that's doing amazing things in that space to go create a breakout room and teach you how to create a video game in real time. Wow. Teach you how to build a wind turbine. I learned a whole new economic revolution that's coming called clean energy that we're not talking about, right? Or teach you financial literacy in terms of, in that breakout room, we'll teach you how to build a financial portfolio. So it's not just the summit of having a panel and watching people speak. Again, shout out to every panel that has the best intentions. But we want you to leave with a tangible skill, especially for this next generation, for them to say that I planted a seed. I learned I play video games, but now I know how to build it, right? I love AI. I love playing with this phone, all this. Our kids have our heads in the phone, but now I know how to trade it. Everybody has Apple. Why didn't I buy Apple stock? So a breakout room is a room where we're going to actually have leaders in their space come teach this skill set, this vertical. Have it fun, have it interactive. You grab all the content behind it, and again, make sure that they leave with tangible skills. Outside of that, day one, we partnered up with CUNY schools, right? Where we're going to have a college fair. We're going to get these kids prepped up in terms of how do you do resumes, build resumes. How do you get you ready for interviews, right? Actual job training, college training. And if you do, right, let's talk about it for real. And then we'll also have video game stations, right? Let them have some fun, right? So
they into the video game.
Let's make it happen, man. Let's do it, right? So now we'll have the video game stations. We'll have job fairs going on, breakout rooms happening. We'll have workshops happening in regards to how do you write a resume, how do you interview, and that's all day one, right? Day two, looking at more so the 16 to 25 age group, still the young generation, but that under 25, where now we're going to really lean into job readiness, workforce development. How do we make sure you have the skill sets that you could push your life forward?
That's big.
Right, let's really make sure that they're leaving with something that could make them better, right? We'll have a couple panels with some amazing people in sports and entertainment and entrepreneurship, let them speak. And And then also, lastly, a big thing for us is that we want to give back. So all the kids that's a part of it, last year we gave over 200 backpacks and back to school supplies to Brownsville Collaborative Middle School. We had food, the ice cream trucks, we had Caribbean trucks come out. We had some of the top coaches come teach them soccer, come teach them basketball. We had a bouncy castle for the kids, man. Like,
sharpening skills and love.
Have fun, man. How do we mix it all in one? And then shout out to you. The last day we're going to bring it to Rucker Park. We're going to have a charity celebrity basketball game. I know some people that know some people that show love.
Okay.
And then we'll bring everything back home with, again, what drives my soul is sports. Because for me, again, being a kid who, you know, mother was always working, didn't really have a lot around me. For me, basketball kept me, I had something to chase. I had something to say, all right, I'm good on the streets, I'm good on smoking because I just want to play ball. So I want us to help these kids find their reason to chase. What's your reason not to go to the club? What's your reason not to smoke weed? What's your reason not to drink? At 12 years old, I found my reason, and then that carried me through everything else. A lot of us don't have our why. I need to help you find your why. But if I can make it fun, we'll be okay. So for sports, and I call it what it is, I manage money for athletes. I manage money for entrepreneurs. I am a basketball player in my soul. So selfishly, as it is, let's bring something to the Rucker. Let's miss some. And that's how we culminate. We'll have it make an amazing time, and hopefully this is an amazing event, man. So annual event. So that's the Hidden Opportunity Summit. Bring coming August 2025. We're locking in the dates. We have the dates, but we want to make sure we have something concrete. And yeah, man, that's the idea between the summit.
Yo, hey Jordan, man, we at the end of this interview, man.
Absolutely,
but like,
absolutely.
I really would like for people to know how to keep up with you. I mean, follow you. Like, I know that you're doing stuff like in boys and girls high schools. You're doing stuff like all around. Like, could you, before we get ready to end it, like, could you speak a little bit more on like how you're touching these high schools in different places and stuff like that, and where can they keep up with you to be able to like see all of this?
Absolutely.
And get in tune, tap in.
Yeah, help out. We
help out.
Right.
This is what it's about. We're stronger together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's only the beginning. You know, God willing, till I leave this earth, we'll be trying to do something that can help others. But how could you help out? Go to the websites from AwoyeCapital.com, thelanguagesofmoney.com. Go to the social handles, Jordan Awoye, Instagram, The Languages of Money, Instagram. It's hard to keep up with all these social platforms. So all I got is IG for you. That's all I got. LinkedIn. Find us on LinkedIn. Feel free to shoot us an email, info@AwoyeCapital, info@thelanguagesofmoney. And that's the way you can reach out and support. We appreciate it. And again, shout out to you, your platform, brother. We're doing some amazing things. And again, everything's so genuine. We rooting for you, man. And then for the second half of your question, what are we doing with these schools and the whole point of it? So the idea is to educate, give resource and access.
Educate, give resource and access.
Education without resources and access is irrelevant. Resource and access, if you don't know how to use it, it's irrelevant.
Visionary, dreamer, doer. Don't worry, don't let that go over your head, but go ahead.
Bring it together, right?
Makes no sense to be a visionary and a dreamer and not a doer.
Come on, man. So we'll go to these schools, and quite frankly, I'm a big advocate of how can I educate and entertain. I want to find a happy medium between the two, especially for the next generation. They don't have a crazy attention span. Like you said, you say it all the time. I love it. Let's meet them where we're at. So how can we create games? How can we speak about money in a more realistic, practical way, not hypothetical? I'm leaving. I want them to talk about how could I save money to buy sneakers now? I made it real for you. Now when you have your summer job, you're going to put away that $10 every week. And we just started with everything's rooted off of habits. Mindset and habits. I just need you to create the right habits as kids, because it's a lot easier to continue and maintain that momentum as opposed to create a new habit. So now when we go into these kids, we're talking about money, but we're making it fun. I'm giving you real life experiences. We're giving you a curriculum. We're teaching you how this isn't something you need to pay attention in 10, 15 years. You need it now.
Right now.
Because imagine if we were 10, 14, 12 years old talking about stocks, talking about money. Things will be different.
That's right.
So that's my only thing with going into these schools, especially at the high school, middle school levels, just making it fun. And then as we get to maybe senior to colleges, shout out to the HBCUs and everything like that.
Shout out to the HBCUs. You heard Lincoln.
Come on, man. All of them. I didn't go. I wish I went, but all of them. We love you. I appreciate you, man. But when we take it a step further, we get to college. Now I want to give you access and resources, right? Shout out to the amazing Mocha Phi, right? The team over there where we're building out incubators to where we're going to give a grant, right, to entrepreneurs who create good business ideas.
On our block.
On the block, right on the block,
That's
right?
right.
So how can we get more programs with that? So a big thing, and if even for the listeners, education without implementation is a waste of your time.
Say that one more time for him.
Education without implementation is a waste of your time. A lot of us right now are consuming knowledge between social media, phones, YouTubes, books, audio books. A lot of people are hearing it, and quite frankly, we're at a stage where it's scary. You can say the right things. I meditate, I drink water, I study. Do you really? Right? And if you are, are you implementing it to where it really makes change?
Is there consistency with you?
So if
Or you just done it?
you're just doing it,
On
right?
off or no ceiling?
It's
Go
to the
ahead.
moon, right? Like, so that's the idea, man. And before we wrap, because I'm big on gems, right? Like, shout out to you. You wanted me to tell my story, and it's very important. But I'm also a big believer of, outside of showing you the proof of concept that I'm somebody you should be listening to, you don't care about my story. What I'm here to do is to give you knowledge that could hopefully help you get better in life, right?
That's right.
And if there's any tips or tricks that, your viewers are cut to this part if you want to skip it, where first things first is cash flow is everything.
Cash flow is everything.
Cash flow. What do I mean by that is always make sure you have more money coming in than going out, right? It doesn't matter how much money you make if you don't know how to control your spending. Like I said earlier, if you're making $100,000 a year but you're spending $120,000, you're in debt. You're making $1 million a year but you're spending 1.2, you're in debt. But if you're making $100,000 and you learn how to spend only $40,000, you're doing well. So you can never out earn bad spending habits, very rarely, and it always catches back up. That's what we see with a lot of athletes. They make a lot of money, but they never relearn how to spend. So even though they made millions a year, it goes out quicker than it could come in. It's sustained. 2, you heard it a million times, but focus on assets, not liabilities, right?
Assets over liabilities.
Right? So that's something where it's, simple. You heard it 1,000 times, but that means something. Is the item you're purchasing, is that going to add to your net worth? Can you resell it at a same value or at a higher value, right? Or is it something that as soon as I pull it out, as soon as I touch it, as soon as it drops, right? Example, I could have bought the
I
Rollie.
was about to say.
It wouldn't have been bad though, because the Rollie actually, depending when you bought it, it can maintain value. A lot of people collect watches. I love watches. I love timepieces. I collect them, right? But that Rollie original is an asset. As soon as I bust it down with all the diamonds, it's a liability. I can't resell that.
Exactly.
Boss.
That presidential is stainless.
It's not presidential anymore.
It's not presidential anymore.
anymore.
I'm trying to go England and all this other stuff
Come
now.
on,
Add it
man.
all up. Go ahead.
Understand the game of interest rates. It's either you pay interest or you make interest. All that means is that America was based off of debt,
Wow, that's key right there.
right? So now I get $100 from the bank or $100 from my credit card. They're charging me a 10% interest, which means that 10% of $100 every year I'm paying $10. Cool. Let's take that same $100. If you understand interest rates and the concept of OPM, other people's money, which is how businesses are made, Shark Tank is made, that's leverage, where now I borrow this $100, I'm paying 10%, I'm paying $10 back, but I take that same 100 and I go make 20%. So now I made 10%, that's my spread. In terms of I took somebody else's money and made money with that. That's all legal, it's business. We talked about it. How do you create the story, the foundation? How do you highlight your skill set? And do you understand interest rates in the game of money to where you could be creative? The opportunity isn't hidden, it's within. So I did that.
It's gems within the conversation, man. If you
That's
listening,
all. That's all.
pay
That's
attention.
all.
Stay woke, man.
Stay with me. Stay with me,
Hey,
man.
Jordan, man. I'm
That's
telling
it.
you, man. I appreciate you for coming out, man.
Absolutely.
This right here means a lot to me because, again, I want to continue to show examples that, you know what I mean? I know you see the shirt is Harlem versus everybody, but I'm also one city.
Of
You know what I
course,
mean?
of course.
And I appreciate all that Brooklyn does,
Absolutely.
all that Brooklyn brings to the table.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And
Brooklyn.
keep working, man. Keep keep showing proof of concept. You know what I mean? And get ready, man, because we got a lot to build.
Yep. Shout out to Long Island too. That's disrespectful if I leave them out. That's
Hey, yo,
my place. That's
hey,
my...
yo, look. No offense.
Shout out to
right?
Long Island. I can't do that. I can't do that.
He was born in Brooklyn, so I tried to coordinate everything up with the one city and the Harlem and Brooklyn.
All that.
You know it's all love for Long
All the
Island.
boroughs. All the boroughs. Long Island too.
It's all love for NY. Period.
But I got you. Streets. Yeah, this one's for the streets first. Stripes like a referee shirt. This one's for the streets first. Tell mama this the rebirth. Say I need church. I talk dirty. Put my hands and my feet work. Teamwork. Put in pain, but gotta bring it to the streets first though.